Hey, it's me, and welcome to Trump Mafia. Now I'm going to recap a little bit the history of this channel in supporting Jeff Sessions, because people always spread fake news about this channel. You know, the default setting is to support the Trump administration. That means President Trump picks people, so you support that. When they're fired, yeah, then you can slam them all you want. With Jeff Sessions, it's kind of odd, because if he was head of another department, he would have been replaced a long time ago. But because it's a DOJ and the Mueller probe is going on, it makes it a little bit more difficult. Now, I supported Jeff Sessions, and it was always possible that, you know, they were just keeping everything on the down low. But a couple of months ago, I made a video saying that at the press conference, it really looked like Rat Rosensteiner was in charge, and that Jeff Sessions was a deputy. And recently, with that letter he sent as a response to the tweet by the president, it was so condescending. It was almost like Jeff saying, "Leave me alone, I'm doing things." Like, he's an employee. How can he dare to talk like that to his boss, the president? And people always forget that President Trump is in charge of the DOJ. It's just one of the many departments in the executive branch. So it seems like Jeff Sessions is floating there on a little cloud. I believe that he may be in way over his head, but I'm going to have to start looking at some deep state options. And I'm not talking about active involvement, I'm talking about looking the other way, which is almost like being complicit, because he could have done a lot more. In fact, I said in the video that Jeff Sessions should really fall on his sword, and he shouldn't care so much what happens to him. It's about supporting the Trump administration and the president. Now, President Trump came out and said he doesn't have an attorney general, that he's very, very disappointed in Jeff Sessions, not only with this whole deep state stuff, but also with the border, and, you know, adding some additional reasons, which is really like a preamble, I guess, to the letter that Jeff Sessions will receive, and the reason why he would be fired. And it's sad, and President Trump is sad. Now, he said Jeff Sessions was the first senator to support him. I remember that. I was even excited. It was the rally in Alabama. And who knows if he was planted there, if there was a purpose to it, or he just wanted to, you know, be part of the rally in a big crowd in Alabama. I just don't know. But President Trump said that even in the beginning, Jeff Sessions said he wanted to be Attorney General. Now, that's a little bit suspicious to me. I mean, you show up at a rally, you offer support as a first senator, and you're like, I want to be Attorney General. That is really suspicious in my opinion. And President Trump also said that in the confirmation hearings, Jeff Sessions gave mixed answers, he was not well prepared, and that some of these questions he didn't even have to answer, but he was not aware of that, and he should have known. And then he didn't even have to recuse himself. Turns out that even the reasons he gave, it's not a reason to recuse yourself. But President Trump said, as soon as he heard the name Hillary, he said, I recuse myself. So President Trump is hinting at that interview with Jason Chaffetz, where he said to Fox News that when he went to Jeff Sessions with that guy that was the IT guy for Hillary Clinton, organizing her private unsecured server, he didn't go to hearings, so it was about a contempt charge. Jeff Sessions said, nope, we're not going to do it. It's too close to Hillary. Now, I watched the interview, and that Jason guy comes off as being very credible. Doesn't look to me like he's exaggerating anything. So I believe that's exactly what was said. And it makes sense. President Trump saw it, and I guess he had the same feeling that I did this morning. And hence, he said so in the interview. And he doesn't have an attorney general. I mean, that is so sad. You have so many great people Pompeo, Mattis, and others, working so hard and being very successful. Now, Jeff Sessions is doing work, but, when he's faltering like that, it's very difficult to support him at all. In fact, I see him as betraying President Trump, being very rude. That letter he sent saying, I'm not doing anything, guided by political factors, and we're doing everything great, we're just perfect. It was so condescending. It was like giving a middle finger to the president, his boss. That letter really offended me, and that was the end, for me. And so, yeah, people are always like, I told you so, but, you don't know until you know. And the same goes for President Trump. He knows by the inaction, and, he didn't hire Jeff Sessions and go, hey, this guy is terrible, but, not everybody's meant to be a hero in these historic times. It's really too bad. Jeff Sessions really could have been a big hero, but turns out he's not. And I feel like he should resign if he has any honor at all. In fact, I'm surprised he didn't resign already. And President Trump, it's difficult for him to fire people because of the Mueller probe and the obstruction probe and all of that. It's just easier if that probe ended or we're past midterms, but why is Jeff Sessions putting President Trump through a hassle like that? Who does he think he is? The election wasn't about Jeff Sessions. He wasn't running for Attorney General and we voted for that. No. He's lucky to even be there one day as Attorney General, and it's all thanks to President Trump. So if he's like, leave me alone, I'm doing things, who does he think he is? And so, yeah, it's a really sad situation, especially in light of other people really doing such a great job for this historic president. And that kind of brings me to the Q people, led by Q Moron, some idiot on Reddit, because I see all the videos in the sidebars. And one thing you have to know, okay, look, I know Reddit, okay, I was banned from Reddit even before banning people from Reddit was cool, okay, way back when. Those guys really know how to get artificial views, okay? They have connections to spam bots. Even the Russians are helping that a little bit. And so when you see Q videos having 50,000 views, 70,000 views, it's not that they're popular, it's just they know how to inflate the views using pages and bots and all of that. It's Reddit, 4chan. These people really know how to cheat the system, okay? It's not real. And so if you're caught up in that, then you're just being had. But really, they became famous by saying the Marines landed at Langley to teach the CIA a lesson or whatnot. Of course, it never happened. But so many other bogus stories I heard about coming from Q Moron, and I called it out a long time ago. But also know it's people having fun online. And so it's connected to politics in a way it doesn't even matter, right? It's a subculture. People are having fun and sharing. It's not about Trump. Otherwise they would be having t-shirts that says Trump instead of Q. It's kind of like a bizarre subculture, like a little cult. And where they all go together, like the seven dwarfs, right? and they're doubling down on Jeff Sessions is amazing, and Jeff Sessions is really going to do the mass arrest, and it's all fake news. The sad part of it is that, yeah, Jeff Sessions has been a failure, and I think there's no chance for Jeff Sessions to redeem himself. I made a video in the summer, because sadly the summer's over, and I said, if Jeff Sessions is going to redeem himself and do like a big thing, it has to be in August, 2 months out from the midterms, and he didn't do anything. That's really sad. So I already gave up. If that didn't happen, then it means nothing will happen until the midterms, and then God knows what. It's too late. He had his chance. And he blew it. He blew it. Jeff Sessions blew it.
Say, all right, all right, all right.